Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I just wanted to share one thing that I picked up from the thrift store. Can you see what it is? A lot of color pencils. It was $4, which I think is a really good deal. So you get this coloring box, which is funky looking. It's an ugly color in my opinion. You know, it's not blue, so definitely not a beautiful color, but it's coral color. And then you get all of these color pencils, 36. Doesn't even look like the person ever used them. And I think these are $5 themselves at Michael's. This is the Artist Loft, which is a Michael's, I guess, exclusive. I've never seen it sold anywhere else unless they sell them in like the discount stores. And then we got these markers. And the reason why I got them because they were Prismacolor markers. You see that? And it says bullet tip, which is, you know, one of my favorite things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all of the markers, and then they have Crayola markers, which I'm not... I like Crayola because, you know, it's a basic color and that's what you learn with. And I usually give the little roommate the Crayola brand colors. But I'm going to pull these out. Oh, and this is double. Ooh, cool, right? So I don't know. These are all probably water-based color pencils, color markers if they don't say they're not. Just because I think that that's just a safe way to assume. I don't know what brand these are. But I'm going to pull them all out and we're going to do some swatches to see if I got my money's worth or not. Okay, so not only did we get some Prismacolor Scholar markers, we also got some Prismacolor Scholar coloring pencils. So I think, let's see, that we did pretty well, right? Well, I did. And we'll do those maybe later. So first we're going to just pull these out and let's just talk about them. I don't recall ever seeing any Prismacolor Scholar color pencils or markers where I've been. The ones that I have are these right here, and it's just Prismacolor Prismacolor Premium color pencil, smooth, rich color laydown, which is true because what color was that? Off on a tangent. I saw a squirrel, right? So this is the Prismacolor Premium that I usually use, and it's number 946. And it goes down like more of a crayon color, like a crayon, but it's creamy. And then this one goes down more as a color pencil. Oh, that makes sense. They're supposed to be the exact same color, but as you can see, they're not. They're both dark brown. But this one is 346, and this one is 946. So I don't know if the 300 range and the 900 range makes a difference, but the Prisma Premium is darker than the Scholar. Okay, so I have all of the markers separated into their respective brands. This is their Scholar right here, the Prisma Scholar. It's only 10 of them. I don't know if that's how they come to in the pack or not. I didn't bring any other electronic device up here to do like a quick research and tell you all about it. I guess I could put that in the comment section if you're really interested. The Crayola are 12, and I think they come in a 12 pack. And then these, I don't know, no names for now. We'll just call them the gray ones. They are 11, I believe. So it's 10, 11, and 12. Odd number. And we got 2 pens out the deal. So we're going to go ahead and swatch the pens first. See if they work. The Jackson Hewitt pen doesn't work. Usually promotional pens don't work. And then this one, which I love, the Sanford brands, they work great. So that's going to go right into our little pen jar. I'm going to try this Jackson Hewitt one more time. Oh, you see that? Made a liar out of me. It does work. And I use pens from time to time just to go over lines when I don't stamp out perfectly, or I need to write like a quick little note to myself, or when I'm sitting here thinking about, you know, a project or whatever, I may jot a note to myself. So I need the pens for that. So as I got ready to prepare and I want to do a little bit more, you know, scientific and use the Spectrum Rainbow Rudgy Biv, it's only really 4 colors. So let's roll them back on over here. It's 2 of each color, so you get 2 reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues, which is not a problem. I guess let's go ahead and get this swatching on the way. I like the points. So you see you have a brush tip and a bullet tip, which is great. And they're not dried out at all. Very, very good. If you've been on the channel for a while, I hate saying that, but you all know that I'm very, very much into coloring and color pencils and markers and stuff like that. So it's very important to me that they work, because I can definitely see me trying to pull these out the next time I stamp an image and color with them. And especially this little brush tip, I like the brush tips for like fine detailing, whereas the bullet tip I can do in, you know, I can color in better. And so far all of them are good. I've noticed that sometimes with the lighter colors, they seem to dry out faster than the darker colors. I'll be doing another storage video, or you know how I'm going to keep all of my, you're probably wondering, how are you keeping all of your stuff organized? And I'll show you what I do. You know, the thing about storage, when I was in college, I was reading this, I took a psych class, and I've always had like a problem with having a lot of stuff, you know, more stuff than I probably needed to have. And they talked about storage, and they were saying if you didn't have so much stuff, you wouldn't need storage. I hope that makes sense. So, which is true, I guess. But you know, people have stuff. That's why you buy storage bins. Storage companies are probably raking money in hand over fist, as they would say. So we're going to go ahead and use one of our new pens that we got. Yes. And we're just going to write down P Scholar, right, for Prismacolor Scholar. All right, and then we're going to move on over to the Crayola. I guess I said you only really need the primary colors almost to get that done, right? So we're going to go ahead and write Crayola. I do store all of my markers and stuff that I use on their sides, because you know, someone said to do it, and that's what I've been doing. And that's pretty good too, but I think these are water-based colors, so I don't know. Ooh, I like that orange. I don't discriminate against, you know, expensive crayons or non-expensive. I just want them to work. And so when I know that they are like water-based or whatever, I think that's, you know, our alcohol is good, because, you know, I'm really not a great blender. I just like to put the color down more so than anything else. So I just threw in some of the colors that are not really a true green or whatever, but I threw it in because I wanted to make sure that I was being fair to all of the colors. So that's pretty cool. I really think that someone was probably like, you know what, I'm not using these anymore. I'm not going to take art school. I'm not taking art. I don't want to be in art. And they got rid of them. That's what I think happened. Because these markers are maybe, you know, I didn't see a lot of coloring books there. You know, like adult coloring books, anything like that. Because this is definitely not, in my opinion, I could be wrong. And if you think so, just let me know in the comment section. I don't think these are like 5-year-old and under situations. But it is some very talented young children out there that, you know, put me to shame. So that could be it. So all of these work great. They seem very, I don't want to say this word, but, you know, juicy. I don't know if I like saying juicy or not, just because, I don't know. They still work well. And now let's go on over to these. And these look like some markers that I picked up before from the Dollar Tree. Well, it wasn't a Dollar Tree, it was a dollar store, and I think I paid like $1.25 for them. And honestly, these colors so far, the crayons, and then we're just going to call these the gray markers, they perform better than some of the markers that I purchased in a package, like brand new. So very interesting. All right, so these are double markers as well, and they have a bullet, and then this is more of a fine tip. So that's a fine tip, and this is more of a bullet. So, and these are dry. So red will be going. I have purchased some markers And they were, some of them were good and some of them were dry. Like the orange, I don't think I'll keep the orange either. And you know, because they are dual tipped, I feel like sometimes you have to leave them in the middle. You can't like stand one up on the other end because all of the marker juice will go down to the other side. So that's, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. Like the yellow, let's see, the yellow one end is okay. Let's see, it's more yellow orange. Can you see that? So this one may be a keeper, maybe. I don't know. I'm doing a bullet. Oh yeah, green is good. Nope, green is not good. And you know, the thing is, I'm not pressed because I think I got my money's worth with just those color pencils. The Artist Loft color pencils. I think their everyday value is $5, and I spent $4 on this whole entire package. So, you know, and I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 different brands of marker or whatever. What I was going to say is that I have some dried out markers that I purchased in a D-stash. Some of them are dried out, not all of them. And then I also, I knew this plum or purple was going to come and just steal the show because it's always ready to knock your socks off. And we don't have a good relationship right now. Anyway, Crayola has this thing where you can send markers. You can go online. I think you can print off a thing and you can send any dried. I'm not going to keep this one either. It's dry. So let's move over here because we have a lot more. This pink is good so far, right? Well, they have a, you know, return. Nope. One end is not. So like if you're sitting your marker, your double edge, your doubled dual markers on one side, then that's not good for the end because it will come out dry. As you can see, like this pink and like this violet color is there. You know, one side it has ink like this brown. I hope the brown is good. Let's hope it's good on both sides. Oh, yep, it's good on both sides. So I'm keeping that. So far, I'm only keeping 3 markers. But anyway, Crayola has this, and it looks green to me. Let's see. Can you see that? Definitely looks green. Yep. It's supposed to be black. Yeah, we won't be keeping that one. And then last is gray. Crayola has this program that you can go onto the website and you can get a a shipping form, and you can send back all of your dry markers. It doesn't have to be Crayola. It can be any dry marker that you own. So that's a very, very good deal. So now we're going to pull out the color pencils. Okay, so we're going to do a quick swatch on the color pencils. We're not going to do all of them. I just want to point out a few things. So I pulled out the Artist Loft, and it's 36 Artist Loft. So you can see the circumference for that color pencil. And you can see the circumference for the Crayola. And then look at the circumference for the Scholar. So looking at these, they are a little bit, the circumference of the lead inside the color is a little bit different. These two are more similar to the same size versus the Artist Loft is much smaller in that regard. Also, they all have different colors. I was gonna I was gonna pick 5 colors, not the red, orange, yellow, blue, green. I was just gonna pick 5 colors that had the exact same name. With the Artist Loft having 36, the Prismacolor having 24, and then the Crayola having 50. Is it 50 or 40? 40. No, 50. I can't remember. Let me check again. 50. You would think I would be able to find the basic colors. Nope. Because Prisma is fancy. They have fancy words for their stuff. Artist Loft is pretty basic. And then with Crayola, I think, in my opinion, Crayola is the OG of crayons and colors, right? They don't have the same words and names, but they have 50. I have 100 pack of Crayola pencils, so I know that they probably have some, 50 different names for yellow. So we have lemon yellow with the Crayola, we have lemon yellow with the Artist Loft, and then we have lemon yellow with the Scholar. So we're going to start off with those first, and we will go from there. Now, all of them have the exact same name, but I think I pretty much matched the color of the pencil. I didn't do any swatches for the colors that we're going to be using. I did find one that had two names the same, and I was like, is this pink or is it red? I couldn't decide. All right, so I got them Prismacolor, Artist Loft, and the OG Crayola. When I was growing up, and I always tell you these stories, we did not have a lot of we had like a mom and pop store, so that's a pretty decent color, right? We had mom and pop stores, and it goes on very smooth. This yellow goes on a lot smoother than that dark brown that I tested out earlier, so it goes on really smooth. I've never used the Artist Loft brand before, so I don't know, and I think I'm not doing these close enough to actually tell a comparison. But the Prismacolor is lighter than this, and it's lemon yellow as well, and even the barrels match the colors a lot. So let's see if this Crayola is going to do the trick. They're all different shades of lemon yellow, so that's good to know, right? I think what I'll do is I will do all the swatches, but we'll know which one is first, second, and third. That way we can actually see a lot better versus this comparison. So I'll do this like that, okay? Does that make sense? So I think it looks better like this. But we didn't have a lot of mom and pop stores, and it wasn't a lot of duplicate, copycat, or dupes of a product. I think that's why so many people that are older are very true to whatever brand that they grew up watching. Like, when I was growing up and watching Saturday morning cartoons, which they don't seem to have Saturday morning cartoons much more anymore on regular TV, right? This is black. It's crazy. I'm going to do a box because that's what I did on all the other ones. It is so crazy that all the black colors are not the same black color. I know black isn't a real color, but when it comes to this, it's not the same color, right? And then we're gonna do this one. Let's see. This Prismacolor and Crayola look great together. I broke off the Artist Loft, maybe because it was too sharp. Because you can have a color, pretty sharp. So since I already have that one, we're gonna just try to make more than a line. I really like the yellow color so far, but what I was gonna say is that it wasn't a lot of different colors to choose from. So growing up, you got Crayola, and that was that. So let's see. Let's look at this one close up. Tell me what you think. If I can get to it right. Let's see. Come on, Brandy, work this out, girl. Those are all pretty much the same color. Now the yellows are not. The Prismacolor and the Crayola look like they will be very similar, but the other ones are not. So now we're going to do purple. Now with the purple colors, I did have to get light violet for the Artist Loft. So hopefully that works out great. And even with the Crayola, it's called violet, which is purple. You can't see it though, because Brandy's not doing what she needs to do. And I do like that all of them have names. And of course the Prismacolor has numbers. I shouldn't say of course, but I feel like Prismacolor is a very good, student grade beginner color pencil, and the price said so. This may be a little bit too light. Maybe I picked the wrong color in that regard. Nope, they're all just different colors. And this is the only funky crayon Crayola brand. Can you see it's curved, beveled, bowed? I do like doing these swatches because, or comparison, it's fun, and it's a way to share with you, or if you ever go out and look for things. You know, you can keep an eye out for some of the things like this. In my opinion, was a very good purchase because I got, what I just say, 5 different brands of colors and pencils together collectively for $4. And all of this stuff, one pack of color pencils, you know, is $5. So now we're going to do dark brown. And all of them had a dark brown, so I'm very interested to see what dark brown will come out, because, you know, I use a lot of these color pencils for my skin tones, and since Brandy is not that great at blending, I don't want to, you know, I want to find something that will actually work out for me in my favor. This Artist Loft is very scratchy. On the packaging, it does say it's a drawing color pencil, so if I were to try to draw a picture, maybe it would be different. This dark brown is almost black, so it's definitely dark brown, right? I had to check and make sure I didn't pick the black back up, but it's definitely dark brown. So none of the dark browns are the same color at all. At all. As you can see, I do not know why it's so, there we go. So this is, again, Prisma, Artist Loft, and Crayola. The dark brown with the Crayola and the black look very similar. So let me go ahead and just do a, can you tell that? It looks very similar in that regard. And then we have the last color of the day, which is orange. And all of them had a orange color. None of these shades are, the bevels match up to orange, but we're going to see because they all say orange. Ooh, I love this one. It goes on so smooth. Like the first one I tested out, maybe it was just me and I was nervous about coloring with them, but it goes on so smooth, very nice. This Artist Loft is a little bit choppy in my opinion. And then let's see how the crayon goes. The crayon even goes on a lot smoother than the Artist Loft in my opinion. In this one, the Artist Loft and the Scholar, Prismacolor Scholar and the Artist Loft are similar. Very, very similar in color. And let's see. Yep, very similar to color. Crayola is more red orange, but they all look orange. They're just not orange. All the same oranges, right? Let's see. So overall, I would say I'm very, very happy with the purchase. I will do a video at some point showing you how I store all of my color pencils and markers that I don't keep in my drawer. I have a little drawer right next to my desk that I keep all of my quote-unquote go-to color pencils and markers. But I think I might have to switch out some of them with the Crayola and Artist Loft just to get a good rotation, because I don't plan on replacing anything with all the stuff that I already have. I don't think I need to do any replacement anyway. I want to say thank you all for watching. I don't know why I keep doing that. I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. Remember, I did this swatch first. That was the one I was talking about. But overall, everything was pretty good except for the gray markers. They were a little bit dry. I'll find the information and put it in the comment section below about the Crayola Take Back any markers that you had that are dried out. They have a recycling program. So you can get rid of some of your markers like that besides throwing them in the trash. And I think it's completely free to you. All right, until next time, happy crafting.